Greetings, everyone. I am on the road, but we are parked here with bleeding fast Wi Fi. Hope everybody's doing good today. We have today on the show here in just a little bit, we're going to go over a few things right quick. Austin Martin, and he is an amazing musician. He's done a lot of country music, a little variety of everything. Bringing him on shore, I wanted to show a little bit of his music video he's got on his site. His site is Austin Martin Music. We're going to play that right quick for you here. I can hear me here.
Willie went got the best of me, pulling up campaign in a Chevy Supreme with a bottle of rocks, a bottle of hops, two women in the back with a bottle of scotch. He's always revving his engine, venting, no women swimming in linen, sending from here to G-O-D. But he owe me the M-O-B, C-O-P, E-H, packing in the back of his jeans with girls out the window laughing in limbo, ripped off.
Well, we're going to showcase that here in a second. We're going to bring on Austin's here on the other side here, it looks like. Let me compare the screen over here. And we are going to bring on Austin here. I'm going to get me a Starbucks here in a second. So if anybody sees me getting a drink, that's for me. Austin, how's your day going, sir?
Good, man. How are you doing?
Doing pretty good. We've been busy, so I figured I'd stop here. We got the Wi-Fi here in the car, and we're just here parked talking to you, man. How's everything going? You like palm trees and everything in the background.
I know. I'm definitely not in Montana anymore, man.
Yeah, dude, that's awesome. That's awesome.
Yeah.
So you
cool.
just got done doing a big tour. Tell everybody about that.
Yeah. So I went out with Overtime and Crucifix, and it was called the Scars and Stripes Tour. And we just had 40 dates, and we just had our last show for this part of the tour in Chico, California. We just had the last show on Sunday. So now we're just chilling in LA, and we got some showcase today and interview with you, man.
Very cool. Very cool. When did you get into doing music exactly?
I picked up guitar and started singing around 17, and
okay.
I started off just kind of like busking and doing like patios and stuff, and just I fell in love with it. I started writing music, and it just kind of took off from there, man.
Very cool. Very cool. I got a coffee here. It's about to be coming here, so they'll see me being handed a coffee. So your
that's
music.
cool.
Yeah. Hold on just a second. You got me a good one here. A little quad shot espresso goodness. Starbucks is not our sponsor, but we'd always be welcome to have them.
Oh, absolutely, 100%. That's awesome.
Yeah. So you got started at 17.
Mm-hmm.
You're originally from Montana. How is it being like in the ecosphere of like jumping from being in Montana and ranching in the ranching family straight into music full throttle touring 40 different countries? What's like that?
It's been insane, man. It's been really cool, and then I feel like it allows me to talk about things in music that other country artists don't really know about, which is fine. Country is country, but going from the ranch and working with my brothers to a 40 city tour is definitely a different world, man. It really is.
I bet. You've done a lot of. What are some of the recent? You said you were in California. What are some of the last few places you did at the back end of your tour there?
We were in. We did Salt Lake City, Boise. We were at the Knitting Factory in Boise. Man, we started the tour in New York, and we went all the way down the East Coast from Florida.
My sister was an NYU graduate, so she lives in New York a long time. That's very awesome, man.
Oh, nice, man. Yeah. So it's been a crazy tour, but these last couple of weeks, have been kind of closer to our side of the country, like Idaho, Wyoming, North Dakota, and we actually have a show this Saturday in Montana. It's technically a one-off, so it's not part of the Scars and Stripes tour, but yeah, if you're in the Sydney, Montana area at the fairgrounds, we'll be playing there.
Everybody check it out. He's going to be down in Montana. So
that's right.
You've got a lot of stuff going on. We've got your website down here,
cool,
AustinMartinMusic.com, streaming out, simulcasting on all channels. I was going to ask, you've got a lot of music you've done, your country predominantly as a present, but you've done some other eclectic things. Who are some of your influences? How did you kind of, what are some of the different things you've done music wise and genre wise over the last few years?
So I started off in pop music actually, which is
Yeah.
crazy because growing up on the ranch and all that stuff, I feel like as a younger man, I was like, I really like pop music. You kind of rebel against where you're from a little bit, and I like all sorts of music. But when I first started, I was doing pop, R&B. And as I grew, I kind of went back to the roots a little bit, got into country and it's been doing real well for me. But I'd say a lot of my influences are, I would say Prince, John Party. I love Chris Brown. I love 50 Cent. I got a Death Row Records.
There you go. Nice.
Yeah, man. We I just listened to a whole bunch of stuff growing up, man. I mean everything.
Very cool.
Yeah,
You're working with a legendary gentleman named Fish. Can you talk about him, your relationship with him, and how you got into all that?
Yeah, man. So we were his name's Michael Herring, and we call him Fish. And he actually was Prince's guitarist all the way up till Prince died.
Yeah.
And he tours with Christina Aguilera right now. But I got in with him. I made the top 35, I think it was, out of 100,000 competitors on the Glee project in about 2011. And when they flew me down to LA, yeah, man. And when they flew me down to LA, we did that whole thing. And my dad's buddy is a producer out here, and Fish was at a barbecue that he had when I was down there. And I kind of told him what I was doing. And I asked him if I could play some originals on guitar for him because I knew who he was. I was a big fan, And I played him some originals, and it was over from there, man. He was like, let's record.
Wow. So you jumped from meeting him to being signed or getting joining forces with him to become. You just took off from like that.
Yep. Yeah. Basically, man. And actually, we're so right now I'm signed with Overtime. It's an independent label. So Fish took me on just to make the music side of things, and we're looking at some we're looking at some labels right now. So I don't know. I don't want to say too much, but yeah, it's.
Oh, you're good, man. Your music is amazing. I was watching a lot of your music. We only got to play that first one that was on your site, but we're gonna play some more here. Maybe if you want down the road here in the broadcast. Let's go to your site real quick.
Yeah,
they've got one video featured there. Let me bring it up on the screen.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So you got Small Town Nights, and that's that video. It's one of your recent ones. Your recent country ones is popular right now, right?
Yep, that's right. Yep, I'd say that's the one. That's the title track off my last album, Small Town Nights.
Very cool. That was an amazing. I like the cinematography. Who works with y'all? Do you have the same person for each video, or a different crew, like for that one, or have the people that film that? How do you go with doing the music video side of things?
So that was Mikey Graff, and he actually is out of Missoula, Montana. We kind of kept it home based there. He's amazing. He just did a music video for Ian Munsick, and he's doing some pretty big things right now. So that video in particular was Mikey. We kind of jump around between videographers just to get different looks, different styles.
I hear that. Yeah, I'd always have to do something, be something new, do something different to keep the trend going.
That's right. Yeah, but Mikey Graff's definitely one of my favorite videographers, man.
Very cool. Very cool. The tour you mentioned earlier the other day when we were talking, you may be doing another tour like next year. When would that be, and how? Like, would it be 6 months, or how long would that be?
The next tour will probably be 3 months again. So we basically tour 6 months out of the year, and we kind of break it up.
Okay.
So that'll be another 3 months. I think that starts maybe like end of August. We don't have the dates out yet, but also I want to talk about, I have a new album coming out.
Yes, I want to hear that. What's that all about?
So I just got done working with Fish in LA, and on a new album, and we're gonna have 12 songs on it, and that's gonna come out probably, I'm gonna say August, September. But we do have a single coming out this month called Country Drunk off the album. I want everyone to be looking for that. We got a music video for it, and it's gonna be.
That'll be on YouTube and all the videos on there as well.
Yep, that'll be on YouTube. Yep, and then we'll have another single drop this summer as well, and that'll be on YouTube. And yeah, I'm really excited. It's been about a year since Small Town Nights came out, so it's time to drop one.
Drop it up on the digital goodness on the YouTube and everywhere and beyond. We'll have to
That's
show
right.
that, have you back on to show that and talk about the new album as well. I was gonna
Yeah.
say, like, so you've done a lot of stuff in this music genre, but now you're focusing on country. What have you always? Because being a rancher, have you always been a fan of country? And if so, what are some of your like country like idols that kind of like in the country genre that kind of inspire you and kind of maybe some you may personally know now have met over the years?
Yeah, so definitely always listen to country on the ranch. I mean, we when it was just me and my brothers, if we were baling hay or whatever, we'd put on some Lil Wayne and stuff too. But when it was
Nice.
with Dad, it was always country, man. So I would say I really like Dwight Yoakam.
Okay.
His
Guitars and hillbilly music can't beat that.
That's right. Yeah, his live performances. I'm hoping you can come to a show this next tour, but I do
Oh,
a
I'd
lot
love
of
to. I'd love
yeah, I
to.
do a lot of leg movements up there, a little bit like Dwight Yoakam, Elvis Presley type stuff.
Very cool.
And then right now, my biggest influence, I would say, is John Party, man. He's exactly, I mean, not exactly. I'm going to put obviously some Austin Martin twists in there, but I really like, he rocks, He's got rock and country that I really
kind of a
like.
hybrid blend of both the two.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, and I feel like my music still has a little hint of R&B with some melodies, and it's got some soul in it. And
Yeah, it's kind of like a country. Not want to say country rap, but there's a little bit of speed of the momentum of the music. Kind of gives like kind of upbeat. Really, it's good. I love it.
yeah, thank you. Yeah, it's got some hip hop vibes in there a little
Yeah.
bit. Yeah, man. So John Party, Hardy, I really admire Hardy because he's just such a brilliant writer, and it's cool because in country music you don't see a lot of artists writing their own stuff, and
You
I
have
also
people ghostwrite it for them or whatever. Yeah.
right, yeah, and that's just kind of country music, I think
And
George
rappers
Strait,
do that a lot, by the way. Supposedly. I've
yeah,
heard.
they're starting to, yeah. I think George Strait has over 50 number ones, and I don't know if he's written any, but George Strait is the king,
Yeah, the
But,
legendary.
you're right. I love George Strait, but I really admire Hardy because he writes such great music for other artists and himself. And I write all my own music, which is, I pride myself on that as well. So
It's very good.
um,
It makes it more original as well. Like
yeah, exactly. And I have no problem with ghostwriters and all that. I'm sure someday
They're great.
it's got to happen on certain songs. Yeah, it's great. But for now, I'm writing my own stuff, and so you got to give a shout out to Hardy because he's just amazing. Morgan Wallen's killing it right now. I feel like Hardy writes a lot of his stuff too. And as far as influences, I mean, those are a few, but it just goes back so far, man. It goes back real far. I mean, Michael Jackson, Elvis,
Oh, yeah.
a lot. Yeah.
Michael, a buddy of mine got to meet Michael a few years before he passed away, and he gifted him a copy of software he created. It was at the time, I don't know if I guess it still is, but it's the world's largest, most extensive rhyme and rhythm dictionary for songwriters. And he
Wow.
used to, yeah. So a friend of ours, Miss Suse Green, who's one of the former Motown group of Supremes, she's a friend of mine as well, but she had set that up for them to meet Michael and everything. And then a few years later, of course, he passed away. But suppose he had
Right.
some big robot he was going to have, and the last concert he was doing, he's building some massive robot for the stage. He had a girl playing guitar and all this jazz. I was like, wow, I would have loved to see that.
Wow. Yeah, that would have been amazing. Yeah. I mean, he's the king at live performance,
Mhm.
That's pretty cool, man. I was gonna tell you, I would love to talk about my website. I was trying to. We've
Yeah,
been so
let's go
busy.
through.
We've been so busy today running around, but I mean, my social medias. I was gonna connect them, but I kind of just sat down. I got Austin Martin Radio is my Instagram and Facebook. If anybody
Okay.
wants to
Austin
follow that,
Martin.
I definitely post a lot of stuff. I mean, I post every day on upcoming things and all that. So Austin Martin Radio is my Facebook and Instagram.
Let's go to the Instagram real quick. Should
Yeah,
be
man.
bringing up on the. Oh, we got to share. Multiple share. Here we go.
Nice.
Bring up your Instagram here too.
Sweet.
There is the Instagram. There's Austin Martin Radio. And
That's
there's some
right.
pictures of you there with music and all kind of goodness.
That's right, man. Yeah, I got a lot of pictures from the tour.
Yeah, that's awesome. Who's the photographer for these? It's amazing.
So his name his name's Scott Colby. He came on the whole tour with us. He's out of Colorado, and he was great, man. He took pictures for all the artists, sent them to us the next morning. He was working
That's
hard.
professional. Get him quick out. That's awesome.
Yeah, yep. And then my Facebook is also Austin Martin Radio, my page.
Okay.
I mean, just for the listeners.
So each one's Austin Martin Radio.
Yep, Austin Martin Radio. Yep.
Awesome.
And then if any listeners, if they want to Google Austin Martin and the Herd, we'll pop right up. So yeah, make sure you do that. We had a couple articles. We just got had an article.
You said on LA Weekly, I believe, right?
Yep, in LA Weekly. Yeah, that was really cool. My dad was pretty blown away. He's like,
totally
wow.
Cool article, man. I read it. And
Yeah.
I love the picture they used. They've got you all in the country motif, but you're on the ranch. You're like singing and all that stuff. It's awesome, man.
Yeah, it was cool, man. On my horse.
Yes.
Yep. Yeah. And so that was cool. We had a article in Disrupt magazine, which was also really cool. So
Very
just
cool.
a lot of exciting things, man. This tour has been really good for my band and I. We're just very grateful. Shout out to Overtime, shout out to Crucifix for bringing us on, man. Overtime really he started me off basically. He took a Montana boy and we're just Montana boys and touring the country, man.
Yep.
Yeah, there's the article.
LA Weekly. We go back. I push something there. There you are, right there. Love
Yep.
that. You look like very wise sitting on the horse, like you're looking out.
That's right.
That's awesome.
I'm thinking about something.
Yes, indeed. Think about the future of awesome. It looks like to the far beyond in the future.
That's
awesome.
right.
We talked
That's right.
the other day. I do a little bit of sci-fi here and there. We talked the other day. You're kind of into Star Wars as well. What's some of your favorite What's your favorite Star Wars movie? And second off, what's your favorite character? If you could pick one character.
Man, that's tough. I was gonna say my favorite movie probably always was Return of the Jedi, just
Nice.
because that just is a classic. You know what I'm saying? But
This year's the 40th anniversary, I believe.
oh, is it really? Wow,
83, so 2023. Yeah.
that's really cool. I was gonna say my favorite quote though is "Your focus determines your reality." I always that was from Phantom Menace, I believe.
Phantom Menace, yeah.
But yeah, those movies are all really good. That's like my geek side coming out. We grew up on Star Wars though,
Very cool. Have you ever, or would you if you've been approached, or you know any friends, or would you want to collaborate on speaking of movies and television? Have you thought about doing any music for that? They got a lot of Western shows and things going on these days.
Yeah, absolutely. I would love to collaborate. Yellowstone.
Yes.
I love Yellowstone. I mean, I'm from Montana, so I've been trying to.
Me and my girlfriend are watching it a lot recently, actually.
Oh, really? Nice.
Mhm.
Yeah, and they always have bands on there.
Yep.
And I'm just thinking they should get a real Montana boy on that show.
We definitely should.
I mean, I would.
Hint, everybody.
What's that?
Hint. They should get
Exactly.
you on.
Hint. Let's get a Montana boy on Yellowstone. That's right. I got some music that would fit real well on there.
Yep.
And I've always been into acting too. So it would be. I think once we get to where we want in music, I might jump back and forth between some movies too. That'd be a dream come true, man. But yeah, Yellowstone. If anyone's watching or listening.
Yellowstone, you must have Austin Martin on the show.
That's right.
Make sure he has speaking dialogue and his music, and he's featured heavily with multiple camera angles.
That's right, exactly.
And 4K on streaming.
And exactly. What's funny is I actually this last summer went out and did. I played like an extra on 1883 or
Oh wow,
1903 or whatever. Yeah, 'cause it was it's a spin-off of Yellowstone. Like
right, a
all
little
the
sub-series.
Yeah, so I was just some guy in a car. But I was like, this would be really cool. It was in Butte, Montana, which is only 3 hours away from me, where they were filming it.
So you film it in your home area, so it's kind of like a no-brainer. Think about it.
Exactly. So I got to talk to Harrison Ford, Star Wars.
You did?
Yeah, which
how was that? Let's talk about that for a second.
I mean, it was cool. It was like it was a real short. He was on his horse, walking by, And I was like, Mr. Ford, how are you? And he said, good morning. I'm doing well. How are you? And I said, I'm good.
That's awesome, man.
You know, and I was like, Han Solo just said, what's up to me, man?
Did he sound like he always sounds like, good morning, I'm doing pretty
Yeah,
good.
he was exactly like that. Exactly like that. It was a cool experience. Next time I want to be the guy on the horse, not the extra, you know. But it was a lot of fun, man. It was a cool experience. So or next time I want to be on the stage on Yellowstone, like they have when they go to the bars.
I mean, that show's become so widely popular now. How is it? I mean, just like seeing that show being filmed in your home area of Montana, how is that? Being seeing some of your hometown featured in television like that.
I mean, it's great. I feel like it's also like nobody come here. You know, it's like it's a very it was a very hidden
Right.
spot. You know, Montana is like they say it's the last best place on earth.
Right.
But
beautiful country and beautiful area there.
Yeah, beautiful
high
country.
plains and all that.
Yeah, mountains. Yeah, I mean it's beautiful, and I feel like a lot of people after the show have started moving to Montana, which is it's great. But yeah, I feel like that's how it's affected. People are like, oh, Montana, let's go check that place out. So you got a lot of people from here coming there.
Very cool. The music scene nowadays is so widely, you've got so many different types of genres that you've done as well, several different types. If you were in country now, are you going to stay in country, or would you like to branch out, go back to other little genres that you've touched on before? Or are you going to blend, you're kind of a fusion, actually would be the great word to call it, fusion blend of different things. What's next?
I think I'm gonna stick with country, man. I really it's always kind of been a part of me, and
it fits the motif. You're from Montana, you're former rancher, you love country, and I mean it's just like you're made for that. I mean, honestly, in my opinion.
Exactly, man. And I guess when it just comes to music, I mean, I would love to write for other genres, like other artists.
Yeah.
Once I get established in my thing, I would have no problem writing for other artists, and I enjoy writing, pop and R&B as well. So I guess we'll see what the future holds, but for right now I can only see myself in country.
Very cool. When does the new music single come out for everybody that's listening?
It's going to come out this month. I don't have the exact date yet because you have to send it off to distributors, and it's very strategical how we do it. But I know it's going to be out this month. I just talked. I was in the studio last night with Fish, and he has the mix and master, and we were working on the mix and master together. So it's coming. It's definitely coming. So be on the look for it this month, and that's called Country Drunk.
Country Drunk.
Country Drunk. Yeah, drunk.
Awesome.
Yeah, exactly.
Bring it up.
Awesome. Yeah, exactly.
You've been in LA, I'm sure. You talked about acting. Yeah. Like how does that universe compare to the music? Well, I mean, do you see any differences? And if so, what do you like more, like do the same, or?
Yeah, I feel like LA is more my style when it comes to the country side of things with music, because it's more rockin'. I feel like out here, everything, Fish is a rocker, but I like to keep my music rocking. A lot of country, and we do some country pop too, but which a lot of the stuff on the radio is country pop right now.
Yeah.
So we have some of that, but as far as the music goes, everyone I've met out here is just we keep it rocking, man. And that's what I enjoy to make.
I used to live in LA from about 2010 to and in and out of California, all different places. I was in Laguna Beach, other places, but mostly in and out of LA till about almost 2017. It's a blast out there, man.
It is a blast.
Something going on down there in Hollywood or Burbank or wherever,
Yeah, and I don't want to live out here forever, but it is a blast to come in. Yeah, I like open space.
I'm originally from Alabama, so I travel a little all over. I'm in Texas now, but.
Oh, very cool. Yeah. That's so you know what I'm talking about then.
Oh yeah.
But as far as music, I've heard an eclectic styles of music in LA. I'm not saying it's all rocking, but the people
there's some great music out there for sure.
What's that?
There's some great different types of music out there in LA.
Oh man, there's so much great music out here, and I've met so many talented people, and it's great to work with talented people. Obviously, you learn so much. I've learned so much from Fish, just working with. I've been working with him off and on for about 10 years now.
Yeah.
So
How is that having somebody that has been such a legend in his own right in like music, working with all these legends? I mean, how's that having a mentor like that?
it's great, man. It's really humbling, which is exactly what you need as an artist. Sometimes, you get so caught up in all the stuff. I feel like pride comes before the fall. The egos, and there's always someone bigger and badder.
Right.
And working with someone so talented, it really humbles you, and it makes you perfect your craft. And that's what I'm always looking to do, is how I can get better, and he definitely pushes that out of me. So
Very cool.
so
For
it's
people,
great.
for sure, for people that are wanting to get in or into music, is there any kind of guidance or something you could say or some words that you could give them, kind of inspire them to keep on going or continue with the track on things?
Yeah, man. I would say if you're getting into music, networking is so big now. It's not what you know; it's who you know. You
Right.
can be the greatest artist in the world and have no views, and no exposure, because I feel like that's the hardest part as an artist, is getting the exposure, finding that person to put you on tours, finding your niche on TikTok or
Twitter
Facebook
or
or
wherever.
Instagram, Twitter, whatever it is. You need to have that niche nowadays. The world is so loud, and it's so full of talented people
Hmm.
that you really got to find your niche, man. I mean, it's a very tough industry, not to be discouraging, because I
It's
want.
very even in my genre, man. You've got so many big companies and blogs and web
Yeah,
platforms and the one person, actors or somebody that's doing so much. There's a lot of great people out there. The network, like you said, is the networking's key in everything, all this stuff, especially
it
entertainment.
really is. It really is, and like I said, it's who you know, man. So I mean, if you, that's why people move out to Nashville and
Yeah,
LA, and because if you're surrounded by these people that are doing it, you have a better chance of getting discovered, or working with the right people. I've been very lucky to have met the people I've met. But it's a grind. I used to stay out here on a yoga mat on the floor for a long time, getting up and working a restaurant job just to pay rent and then go record music. And it's a grind for sure. But just like anything, I mean, if it's a grind, but
sure.
if it's what you love to do, then it's not really work.
Is there any particular artist or people that you kind of watching on the radar now that you like to work with or collaborate to do like a collaborative album or something like that, or music
Yeah,
video?
yeah. Oh, absolutely. I mean, like I said, John Party. I really
Mhm.
want to work with John Party, Luke Combs, Hardy, even Upchurch. Upchurch
Mhm.
is a really big deal, and he's so cool because he did it independently, and that's really hard. Same with Overtime, the guy I'm working with right now.
Yeah,
He did it independently, which is, it's crazy, man. I mean, you have to be brilliant. I mean, you have to be really. I mean, you have to be smart in business, not
yes,
just the music side of things. It's a business first.
yes.
So, I mean, I would love to work with Upchurch, and Luke Combs,
Upchurch,
Hardy.
you watching? Austin
That's
wants to
right.
work with Austin Martin and listening
That's
too.
right.
He'll be on the radio tomorrow as well. So
That's right. Oh yeah, this is going on the radio, correct?
yes, yes, he'll be on the
Very cool. Very
radio,
cool.
iHeart Radio station on there. All the awesomeness everywhere simulcasted right now.
That's great. That's great,
Yeah,
man. Yeah. So
we're actually live on Facebook, Twitch, Twitter, YouTube, and then tomorrow the radio.
sweet. That's all. That's what you need as an
That's right.
artist. That's exactly what you need. And then also John Party, if you're listening, Austin Martin
John
wants to
Party,
work
yes
with
sir.
you. That's right.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So
So a lot.
also, I wanted to ask you the uh, the overall message of your work. What would you like? What's your overall encompassing message that you strive to deliver to the listeners?
I have songs about hard work. I have songs
Mhm.
about stuff we've done on the ranch.
Yeah.
I talk about love. I talk about, and I really talk about drinking a lot, drinking and partying. But
It's all good.
I'm, uh, I'm actually 10 months sober. I'll be a year sober in July. But
Congratulations, man. That's awesome.
thank you, man. Yeah, I had to get focused up, And ever since I did, that's some more advice I'd give to artists coming up. Don't let the rock star life, surround you too much. Like don't get trapped in that, because it only slows you down. I got sober, and things have been really, really good for me ever since I did. But I will say I have a lot of cool stories to tell. So in my music, I got some crazy stories to tell. So everything happens for a reason. So I do talk about that a lot as well.
Yeah. There's just being in the music ecosphere of, just entertainment and country music, and being able to network with, like you said, all these top, people in LA and all this stuff.
Mm-hmm.
That's really where, the dreams become reality, and you can use that as a stepping stone. So once you got an actor gets one big role, you can use that as like Harrison Ford we talked about, became Han Solo, then became Indiana Jones. Now he's still doing work. He's 80 years old doing another Indiana Jones. It's just stepping stone to greatness,
Yeah, he's the man. But yeah, absolutely. Everything's a stepping stone. Even this interview today, that's a stepping stone for me, man. I'm honored, and I'm so appreciative of you getting me on here, and
no problem,
trying to spread the word of Austin Martin and the Herd.
Yes, sir. Well, before we end the broadcast, I wanted to shout out again. What's the name of your new album? It's coming out. The new song you said?
Country Drunk.
Country Drunk. And your website, I believe we've got it down here. It's austinmartinmusic.com, and your Instagram and Facebook links are on the upper right. So everybody check out austinmartinmusic.com. Austin, it's a pleasure talking with you, sir.
Yes, thank you so much for having me, man. Yep, I will. I hopefully will talk to you soon when the new album comes out. All right.
Yes, indeed. And when you go on tour, don't forget Texas and maybe Alabama down in Orange Beach or Pensacola, Florida.
Okay. Yep, that sounds great. I'll let you know.
For sure, man. You have a beautiful day, and we will see you soon.
All right, man. Sounds good. Thank you so much.
No problem, man. Have a good day, man.